back. I hope you all are having a fantastic day and week. So today's video is all about the BH Cosmetics and Ashley Tisdale collection. What's funny is my best friend in real life and on YouTube, you guys hear me talk about her all the time. Lipgloss Leslie is her channel name. We both bought this collection without even knowing each other bought the collection. So we met up for lunch one day and we were both wearing this collection. So we decided that we would get together and bring you guys both of our opinions and little mini tutorials, if you will, on this collection. So we both actually got the face and eye palette, which is in the color, there's two different colors. There's Beach Goddess, which is the one that we got, and then there is Night Goddess, which is the darker version, and we both got a lip gloss from the collection. So I'm going to be kind of giving you my thoughts on these products as well as demonstrating them on my face. I'm going to insert some clips. I have a super simple eye look going on, so it's not like a tutorial, if you will. I'm just using one eyeshadow. But Leslie, I'm sure, created a beautiful tutorial. She does amazing eye looks. If you guys have not checked her out, definitely go over to her channel, show her some love, because she's amazing at makeup. Way better than me, let's just be honest. I want to start off by telling you guys the prices. This eye and cheek palette is $18 and the lip gloss is $9. Let's start out with the lip gloss. Mine is in the color, I have no idea, Tan Lines, and it's actually gorgeous in the tube. The actual tubing or outside packaging reminds me of the Dose of Colors lip glosses. I don't know why, it's just that same feel and the same, you know, size. But the product inside, I'm gonna say, is definitely not worth $9. I know, $9 is so affordable, but if you had to pick between something from this line, I would just say skip the glosses. You can get like a Wet n Wild or an e.l.f. gloss for way cheaper, and it's very, very patchy. That is what I have on my lips today. Because I needed to make it work, I did line my lips because this definitely travels outside the line. I lined them with the Sephora lip liner in the nude, just on the outside, and then I filled in my lips with this gloss. It does look pretty. I just don't think it's worth $9, even though, like I said, that is a good price point. It's still a little bit up there for a drugstore type product, a drugstore lip gloss specifically, and I think you could definitely skip on this. However, let's move on to this. This is the eye and cheek palette, and like I said, I'm in the color Beach Goddess, which makes me happy. I love this packaging. It is just a cardboard packaging, so it's nothing super substantial, but the color scheme, the baby pink and white and gold, makes me happy. The stripes, I love. I don't know, I think it's a really pretty packaging. So in this, you're getting a blush, bronzer, and highlight, which are the three bigger pans, and then you're getting 9 eyeshadows. So I think for $18, it is a good value. Let's talk a little bit about the quality of the products inside this palette. So I want to kind of start off with what I started with applying it to my face, and that was the bronzer. I'm going to go ahead and say off the bat, these are not super pigmented shadows and cheek products. That could be very good for people like me who can tend to go overboard. So because it's not super pigmented, it is very easily buildable, but you can't put on too much at once, which I appreciate. If you're looking for a super pigmented shadow or, you know, cheek product, this is probably not the product for you. But if you like, just what I'm saying is you can't carve out your cheekbones with this unless you want to put a bunch of layers on. It is a little bit more warm tone, so I personally used it with a big bronzer brush, the Bobbi Brown bronzer brush, to apply it just to warm up my face and give me some dimension. I didn't necessarily contour with it. But like I said, once you build it up, and if you're just going for that everyday makeup look, I think that this is a good bronzer. Moving on to my favorite thing in the palette, and it is this blush. This is a peachy pink with some golden shimmers to it blush. Reminds me a lot of NARS Orgasm. It reminds me a lot of Benefit Coralista. Also, it reminds me of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Petal Power. I will actually swatch all of these blushes next to the one in the Ashley Tisdale palette, and I will post a picture on Instagram, and I will actually insert a clip right now of this comparison. But it applies beautifully on the cheeks. Like I said, I'm wearing all of these products today. I'm inserting a demo as well of this blush. It really goes on seamlessly. It doesn't stick to my cheeks like some drugstore blushes tend to do. I don't know if it's because I have, you know, drier skin or what, but sometimes blushes can look super patchy on me, and this one does not. And then moving on to the highlighter. It's a beautiful highlighter. I think it is a tad too dark for my skin tone right now, just because I don't have a lot of color. So up close it looks a little bit more golden than I personally prefer, but on the cheeks from a distance it looks good. It gives you a beautiful glow, and overall my favorite part about this palette is definitely the cheek products. So let's move on to the eyes. Okay. So the first time I tried this, I really didn't like it. I wasn't blown away. I was irritated that you have to build up these products. I mean, you really do. If you look at this dark brown in the palette, you automatically think that that's going to be super pigmented because it's so dark. In reality, it is not. I will insert swatches of all of these without any primer or anything. That way you can see the true pigmentation of these eyeshadows. But every time I use it, I love it a little more. I like that you can build them up and make them a little bit more pigmented. I did do an all matte look one day with the matte eyeshadows, which there are three matte eyeshadows, but I also use this bronzer as a transition color, and I really liked that eye look. I hardly ever do all matte eyeshadow looks, but I did one day with this palette and I love the way it looked. Now, if you're gonna buy this palette, you have to wear an eyeshadow primer or a sticky base. And the one I'm using in the demo is the Jordana Made to Last liquid eyeshadow in Not a Wink Pink, because my very favorite eyeshadow is the rose gold in this palette. It is absolutely stunning. I love it so much, especially for a single eyeshadow look. I feel like I'm already going to be hitting pan on this soon because it's so easy. I just put down the Jordana shadow, and then I applied with a flat brush the rose gold shade, and then I took a big fluffy brush and kind of blended it into my crease. Now, I wanted it to be a little bit more rose gold, so I had to throw on some of the blush in this palette. I love that blush so much, and it gave it more of a pinky rosy gold vibe, which is what I was going for. They apply beautifully, and with a primer or a sticky base, my eyeshadows do last all day. So I also took that same rose gold shade and took it on a pencil brush and just kind of lightly dusted it on my lower lash line. And then I took the complete white matte shade in the palette, and that's what I used on my brush to kind of blend it out and highlight my brow bone. And this is such a simple, easy go-to eye. I think this would be a great travel companion because you have the blush, bronzer, highlighter, and tons of eyeshadows. Like I said, they're not super pigmented, but for $18 and the fact that you're getting cheek products and eyeshadows, I think that it is a really good value. I do think it is a good quality product. The only gripe I would say is that you do have to build upon them. They're not super pigmented, and there is a lot of fallout. So be forewarned. That's why I definitely recommend using a sticky base, because that will help kind of adhere to your eye, and it makes the shadows last a lot longer as well. So that is my kind of thoughts and demo and review on the product. Let me know if you guys got anything from this new line with BH Cosmetics, and be sure and check out Leslie's channel because I'm sure she came up with a beautiful eye look, and you can also hear someone else's thoughts on the products. I'm interested to hear as well because we didn't really talk about it before the video, so I'm interested to hear her thoughts on it as well. So I will go ahead and link her channel above, and I will link her actual video in the description box so you can check it out, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.